Hello and welcome to Zirkzank Says. This episode I said I'll be talking about some of my unlucky experiences on Tinder. I've become quite a veteran of Tinder. I've tried to use it twice now. Like 2 periods, sort of this kind of time period between the university, college, school start time towards winter, early January. That's the time period I usually use Tinder. I go on, I match with about 10 to 15 girls that I find attractive and who must have found me attractive at first, and then how that number just went down back to 0 again, and then I spend the rest of the year kind of not looking for anyone. Essentially, I think I'm repeating the same mistake every time, which is that it starts out strong and then I just talk and don't keep up a decent kind of momentum, and then it just gets boring, and then the girls find someone else because, you know, that's what Tinder is. Like I say, I'm talking to maybe 2, 3, 4 girls at a time, like not at the same time, because I can't talk to loads of people at the same time. That's just a hassle. But I mean, like within the same day or within the same week, you talk to multiple people to increase your chances. As I was talking about in the previous video, you want to be talking to more people to increase your odds of finding a connection with them. Because if you talk to one person at a time and that each of those people is not a suitable match, then, you know, you're wasting time, I guess. No, you're not wasting time, because you're learning stuff and you're improving your social skills. But whatever, I'm trying to make a point here that was about what was it about? I'm very tired. It's not a great time to be making videos, but god damn it, I know that you need these videos. This is what you're craving, and I'm giving it to you because I care about you, viewer. I know you want this, and this is what I'm offering to you. You can take it or leave it. I suggest you leave it. I suggest that I leave it. You take it, but not right now. But I'm gonna continue anyway, because I have the fucking balls to do it. That's another thing. When you make jokes on Tinder, like, I casually make jokes about like balls and stuff. Like, I said to a girl, I said to her, I beat her in a 1v1 in World of Warcraft. I said I can do it with my hand behind my back. And she's like, oh yeah, I think you really should play with one hand, play with the hand behind your back. I said, well, I'm used to playing with one hand. And then she sort of like went quite quiet about that, as in like, oh, like, and I told her that's a masturbation joke. I was referring to the fact that the other hand would be on my penis. You know, I think that's a joke. It's sarcasm. But when it's over Tinder with a stranger, maybe you don't get that at all, and she just thinks this guy's a creep. Why is he talking about his dick? I tried to turn it back into a joke and say, like, yeah, it was a masturbation joke, and then she said, oh, great to know you have one, buddy. She called me buddy, which means she's not impressed at all. She actually fucking hates me, I guess, because of that, making a dick joke. And I thought it would be funnier to continue the dick joke, so I said, yeah, having a dick is great. Do you have one? You know, you're not supposed to ask a girl if she has a penis. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. Maybe she does. If she does, and I've asked her that, do you have a penis? And she's like, yes, I do. It's like, oh, that's, you know, dodged a bullet. That'd be great. But it's not very likely that she does have a penis, and she might just think, yeah, this guy's weird. I like to think I'm weird in a good way, but when I read over some of my conversations with another girl, I started out by saying, this is fucking stupid. I thought this would be a good idea to start the conversation with, have you heard the legend of Darth Plagueis? You know, which is a reference to what Palpatine says to Anakin in the Star Wars film, the third one. I think it's the third one. Might have been the second one, as in 2 or 3. Doesn't matter. The point is, it's funny because it's random, but it's specific. It's a specific random, and it's a great conversation starter. But it led me into a trap of, because of how autistic it sounded, or as how nerdy it sounded, like not nerdy as in like, you know, quirky and nerdy, as in like full on fucking, you know, Star Wars, I know the Death Star battle plans in my head kind of nerd. I don't. I'm just clarifying, I don't know that. But it's like, it's a level of nerdness, geekiness, of specialized knowledge that you don't want to be conveying across to somebody within the first couple of seconds of matching with them. And I have to say that, like, that girl that matched with me was, I don't even know how she managed to think, after seeing my profile, like, I want to talk to this guy, and then, you know, she was giving me a chance, and let's just say I fucked it up by playing the autist card. Basically, I had a deck of cards. Every single one of the cards was a cringeworthy autistic line. I don't want to say autistic, but like the kind of thing you'd expect somebody to say who has a neck beard and a fedora. They looked like a lot of fedora wearing comments. Based on the internet stereotype, I mean. I'm sure there are very many cool and classy guys who wear fedoras, but I did not come off as one that, if I was a girl, I would like to meet. That's kind of the way I equate it. Like, if I was female talking to this guy, the me on Tinder in that situation, would I think, this guy seems interesting, I would like to get to know him more? The answer is no, I think, because I made a lot of jokes on there. Like, she was talking to me about Japan, and she said, oh yeah, Japan's amazing, like, oh, I'd love to go to Japan. Like, she was really enthusiastic about Japan. I said, yeah, I know, it looks great, I want to go there sometime. It's like, oh, so what part of Japan are you interested in? Like, the culture, the anime, the manga, the food? And I told her that I'm into tentacle hentai and panty machines, because that's a joke. Like, I thought that would be funny. I thought you can only take that sarcastically, but she took it really seriously, I think, because she even googled panty machines. Like, I thought that panty vending machines was a common joke, and I thought everyone knew that about Japan. So it's like, it's fine, everyone, when people think of Japan, they're thinking panty machines and tentacle hentai, obviously. So I thought that's what she would think and be like, haha, he made a joke on the thing. But she googled panty machines and just ignored the hentai part. So, you know, that set the tone. And this is the same girl I started talking. Right, we went from fucking Darth Plagueis to hentai and panty machines, and then I started telling her that she was talking about games. I'm like, oh, she played games, that's really cool, because I study games and I'm into games. Like, genuinely, like, this is amazing. She's fucking amazing. She plays games, and that's great. I play games, I like games, video games, computer games. And she's like, oh, what system do you play on? I've been playing Fallout 4 and something. I was like, I play on PC. I've not bought Fallout 4 yet because I'm waiting for it to get cheap on Steam. I don't like to play it without mods. Like, fucking hell. When I looked back on it, I saw that I typed that. I was like, why would I type that? That's such a boring thing to say. That's something I wouldn't even say to my friends. It's something I would say in my head. And it's what I said in my head. was thinking, yeah, I haven't bought Fallout yet because I'm waiting for it to get cheap on Steam and mod it. Waiting for the creation kit to come out. It's not out yet, I don't think. I don't know. I've not followed it for a while. But the point is, I haven't played Fallout 4, and she was talking about Fallout 4. Yeah, and I think I just fucked that up. Tinder stories. Oh yeah, here's another funny one. Fucking, I don't think it's that funny, but another girl I was talking to, so she's into left-wing politics, and so I am to some extent. In the UK, I think that basically her profile says that she doesn't like Tories and that she likes Jeremy Corbyn. And I've been to a Jeremy Corbyn rally, whatever you want to call it, a Jeremy Corbyn support talk thing, where he was there. There were a bunch of other speakers there. It was quite interesting to go to that, and I learnt a lot from it. You know, it was a good event. So like, oh yeah, I can talk to her about that, and fuck the Tories, because fuck the Tories, you know. It was going quite well, that conversation. I was like, I really don't like typing on Tinder because the scroll thing was messed up. I genuinely don't like typing on a touchscreen. Like, how can you enjoy typing on this when you could be typing on a fucking glorious oh shit, fuck, I touched my keyboard too much and it's like started making beeping noises. Anyway, I'm gonna show you my keyboard. You've already seen it. It's a Corsair K95 mechanical switches, cherry red MX gaming switches. I'm sure she would have loved to know that. I didn't get time to tell her though, or an opportunity to tell her, because I said, let's talk on Facebook. Well, she wanted, her suggestion was Facebook, and I thought, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, I'm fine with Facebook. I went on there, and then I realised, shit, when she adds me, she's going to see that my Facebook is covered in my YouTube videos, which that's self-explanatory. I made a bunch of videos and Facebook posts where I was talking about anyone who voted Remain in the Brexit polls deserves to die, they're a cancer to society, and basically they need to kill themselves. Obviously she was a Remain voter because, you know, she's into left-wing politics, and so that might have upset her, possibly. So she hasn't spoken to me since I added her on Facebook, and it's not surprising. Like, she can't tell that a lot of the stuff that I say was just to trigger people. Like, I made a post on Facebook talking about how people were crying about Brexit. They were crying, literally crying, but I thought it was kind of funny because, you know, it's kind of irrelevant. It's just, it's important, but it's not that important that you cry over it. But people were crying over it, and I just thought they were being a bit insensitive and a bit stupid. There were people being stupid on both sides of that Brexit campaign. So I was just taking the piss out of people, saying like, you know, people are idiots, you're idiots, stop crying, sell your tears. If you're so worried about losing money and the devaluation of the pound, just sell the sodium from your tears, you know, that would be great fix. But she might have not seen the sarcasm there, and it wasn't, I don't know, it was designed to trigger people like her, but at the time. And she looked at it like months and months later, because you can do that on Facebook. I forget, on the internet you can just scroll down and see what people were saying years ago. That's like half a year ago. Brexit was yeah, in the summer, start of the summer. So that's a long time ago, but I'm assuming that she saw that and she's like, okay, right, this guy is a racist because I voted leave, so I'm probably racist. I'm not, but that's the opinion that people get. Like, I genuinely felt like voting leave was the best decision for my interests, because after looking at what the European Union, what happens in the building there, and the kind of power they have, the regulations that they impose. I just didn't like the idea that our country was being controlled by a bunch of people sat over there in Brussels. Nothing wrong with Brussels, but the fact that, you know, you need your government to be closer to home, really. You need the people who are living in the country that you live in to be the ones who are making decisions about that country. It makes sense to me. Yeah, I don't hate immigrants. Most of my friends are actually immigrants or the children of immigrants, so, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Most British people are pretty stupid, I'll say it. You know, there are some immigrants that are worse and some immigrants that are better than some British people who are shit and some British people who are not shit. You know, it's just a toss-up. You got some good people everywhere and some bad people everywhere. Fucking deal with it. Brexit seems to have been based a lot about immigration, and so anyone who voted leave was seen as racist, even though I didn't vote because of any race-inspired shit. It's literally just because I think it's a bad government system to have the European Union. Yeah, more control here. You can still have open immigration. It's like, you know, just petition for it, but don't petition for another poll. That's what I was basically getting at, the fact that there were people who wanted a second poll, and I said, you know, you just have to deal with it. So I made fun of those people a lot because it's fun to annoy people. It is, it really is. It's fun to annoy people when they're getting angry over something that doesn't matter. It doesn't affect them really, it doesn't affect me really, it doesn't affect any of us really that much. And if you can't laugh at yourself, you know. Yeah, a lot of people unfriended me on Facebook because of what I said. You know, it's just memes, but they took it so seriously that they thought, oh, one less friend, and that was me, because I pissed them off, and rightfully so. So yeah, the same thing happened to that girl. That's what that was based on. There's a fucking tangent there. Tangent and a half. Think of any other interesting things I have. That girl who sends me gifts all the time on Tinder. Don't know what's going on with that. It's weird. She's probably into me, otherwise she would have unmatched me. Or maybe she just thinks that she's successfully trolling me. She's trolling me to the extent that I'm curious to see how it unfolds, but it's not actually bothered me to the point where I think I'm angry. Like, she says, "You mad, bro?" which is a meme that you use when you've trolled somebody. I think you can't use it yet. I'm not mad, so you can't use it. And anything else that I have to say? Stories on Tinder. I'll maybe tell a story of last year where a girl invited me to a hotel room. Went over there. We were talking about going to play Super Smash Bros. You know, Super Smash Bros on the Wii U. Went over there, played Super Smash Bros on the Wii U. Went over there at like 11 o'clock. Left at about 4 a.m. Had a great time playing Smash and Mario Kart, and I left. Apparently, according to every one of my friends, that was a mistake. Was it a mistake? I don't know. The only person who knows that is her, and she told me it wasn't a mistake. So, I don't know. I don't think it was a mistake. I think she genuinely wanted to play Smash Bros. Like, they think that because, oh, a girl invited you to a hotel room, are you stupid? She obviously wanted to fuck you. Like, no. She doesn't have to have wanted to fuck me. She could have wanted to play Smash at, like, midnight. No, I'm serious though. Like, if you wake up late, you want to go to sleep later. So it makes sense. You play Smash in the evening. You play games in the evening. She was just playing games in the evening. But her evening happened at midnight till 4 a.m. And I was also on a similar sleeping schedule, so I went over, played Smash, then walked back to my room, which is not in the same building. It was like halfway across the town, but I didn't tell her that I walked halfway across town to play Smash. You can't do that. But yeah, after that she basically didn't speak to me again, or didn't hang out again. So I don't think she wanted to play Smash that much, otherwise she'd have invited me over again to play Smash. Yeah, and then bunch of other conversations that I genuinely could not see them going anywhere. Like, there were genuine situations where we were both incompatible for one another and it didn't work. But a lot of them, I feel like there was potential, it just got wasted because a lot of girls don't like to put effort in, and I don't necessarily always say the right thing. There is no right thing to say. You know, you can only say what you think, you can only be yourself. But sometimes I feel like Tinder as a platform is very limiting of what you can say and do to convey your personality. Like, a lot of the stuff I say is deadpan comedy. When you say that on Tinder, it sounds like you're being aggressive. Like, if you just say some deadpan sarcastic shit on Tinder, you seem like you're being sarcastic. Then if you use emoticons or emojis, like, don't use emojis, just use emoticons. But when you use emoticons, it's like, I don't know, it just feels wrong to use emoticons after every sentence. You know, that the sticking your tongue out face, or the smiley face, to hint at the fact that you're joking, or just saying haha after every word that you say, or every joke you make, like haha haha. It sounds facetious, if that's what that word means. I don't know if I used that right, but I wanted to, you know, try and spice up my vocabulary a little bit. Yeah, communication through text, fuck that. I like the system of, you know, scanning fucking 6 miles, 10 kilometers in a radius around you for people, and then they're doing the same, and you swipe left on people who you just have no interest in at face value, and you swipe right on the people who you have interest in at face value. They do the same. If you both swipe right, you match. That's a great system, but I wish that you could go straight from that to, you know, eating pizza. Well, I wish you can always go to be eating pizza, but especially in a situation like this, you know, you go from like, hey, we both liked each other on Tinder, let's go get pizza. But if you say that in this day and age, in 2016, in the current year, it's end up like, oh shit, this guy wants to rape me. You know, with this fucking political correctness and just fear-mongering, it just got into a point where you can't even go on a date with somebody without them thinking twice about it, or they're just being like, this guy is being way too forward, I'm not interested, and unmatched because they don't want to go get a pizza. And it's especially stupid idea to do that if I was gonna pay for it. Like, if I'm gonna pay for a pizza, or even if you went 50-50 on a pizza, you know, you go to Pizza Hut, get a nice, what is it, like 16-inch pizza from Pizza Hut. Those are nice, especially with stuffed crust, and you get like all your dips to go with it. The moral of the story is, girls hate pizza. Yeah, I don't know what more I can glean from that. You can't get to know somebody over Tinder. You can get to know them while you're eating pizza, though. But most girls, at least the ones I've spoken to, they just cower out as soon as you say, "Do you want to get pizza?" Because Tinder's shit. They just don't want to. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep working on my game plan. Eventually, like I said, There's always a chance that you'll fail at something, no matter how hard you try, no matter how many times you try. There's always a chance you'll fail, but as long as you keep doing it, you increase your chances of success from 0 to something above 0, and that's all I'm trying to do here. I'll probably stop making YouTube videos if I kill myself, or if I'm successful at finding a date, or I might even make a video explaining what I did differently that ended up being successful. Maybe I don't do anything differently, maybe I just keep doing the same thing, and eventually somebody catches on to the fact that I'm making jokes, Tinder's shit, and pizza is great. Because that's really all you want in a relationship. I think. I know. Shut up. Fuck you. And that's the end of the episode.